What's up, y'all? It's your girl Danye, and I am back with another video. So here we are. Excuse me, I do sound like a man. Here we are starting with our day. Yesterday was a very long day for me. My first flight was at about 8 a.m. My van time pickup was at 7 a.m. and I had barely got any sleep because these motherfucking braids are literally braided from my scalp to the back of my neck. So I did a lot of twisting and turning in bed. I was honestly ready to take these braids down in the middle of the night, but I was like, let's get it together. Let's act like we've had tight braids before. It's not the end of the world. My first flight from Green Bay to Chicago was not a full flight at all. Most of everybody on that plane was asleep because of the fact that it was 8 a.m. and it was only a 30-minute flight. So folks was trying to get the little bit rest left that they could get. Now, yesterday I did have about 5 legs and it was really pushing it, which I went from Green Bay to Chicago. And then I had to go from Chicago to Knoxville and from Knoxville back to Chicago. And then I had to do a crew switch and go from Chicago to Memphis and then Memphis back to Chicago. So basically every flight after Green Bay, I had a full service flight, because any kind of flight that's over 300 miles, we do have to do a full service, which means first class, economy plus, in economy. Now, when we have flights that are under 300 miles, depending on the length of the flight, all we do is a service in first class, and then if we have any time, we'll do a water service in economy plus in economy. Now, if the flight is super short, sometimes the captains will give us the discretion or the decision to decide if we want to do a service at all in first class, or if we just want to remain in our jump seat. So, sometimes I'll be back and forth. Sometimes going to the place, I will do a service for first class, and coming back, I will sit in my jump seat. Sometimes I do try to do a service both ways, going and coming, but sometimes it's just not a lot of time to move. Even if you are just making drinks, time does move fast in the air, and it's like, I don't want my passengers to feel like they have to hurry up and throw their drinks back because we getting ready to land. So I kind of just look at and feel me everything that factors into doing a first class service depending on the length of the flight. However, yesterday I did have 5 legs, and y'all, I was tired. Like, I was literally tired. Came the ending of my day, and I just decided to only record content for all of my videos of me making drinks, because I'm like, look, I cannot continue to try to make content of restocking the first class snacks and the economy snacks. Like, let me just make content of me making drinks. Why not? Everyone loves drinks. Now, towards this part of the video, I was a little annoyed because catering did not give me any glasses. They're like, you have to use these blue cups. And I'm like, what? First class is fancy. They don't want no goddamn plastic cups. But whatever, it's above me. I'm just a flight attendant. A drink is a drink. Because me, I don't give a damn what my alcohol is served in, as long as it's served to me. So, plastic cup, glass cup, whatever. The goddamn liquor still gonna get the job done. And so, this was just one of those days where I had a lot of quick turns. Like, when I tell y'all, I didn't even really get a chance to get off the plane to go even see the damn airports. I tried to get a crew neck or a sweater at every airport that I go to. So far, I have a sweater in Chicago, Richmond, Washington, D.C. I did have a sweater in Buffalo, New York, and I fucking left it on one of the planes. And I think one of them goddamn crew members got to me and got my damn sweater, which I'm pissed about, because I'm like, why y'all just didn't put the fucking sweater in the crew room? Like, if you know you didn't buy the shit, probably can't even fit the shit. It's probably gonna be either too big or too small for you. Just sit the shit in a goddamn crew room. Take it to the lost and found. I was low-key annoyed. I'm like, what the fuck? These sweaters are not cheap, but that's okay, because baby, we get flight benefits, and it's nothing for me to touch back down in New York and get me another sweater. I don't give a damn. Also, y'all, it was definitely cold in Buffalo, New York. I know that Buffalo is a lot closer to Canada, and it was given Canadian weather because it was cold as shit over there. But yes, y'all, yesterday it was a lot of quick turns. It's like, as soon as we would pull the plane into the gate, we would deplane the passengers. You feel me? The cleaners would get on. gate agent will come down, scan my badge, and be like, oh, you outbound crew, when do you want to start boarding? And then I would look at my little device and be like, okay, we can board in 5 to 6 minutes. We could board in 20 minutes. It was just a lot of boarding, deplaning. That's literally all that my day consisted of yesterday, which I did have to use the bathroom a lot because I do try to drink a gallon of water a day, especially when you are in the air at a high altitude like that. You always want to stay hydrated. So I was getting a little annoyed yesterday because I had to keep using a plain bathroom. No shade to the plain bathroom. It's just a little bit too small for me, and so I do prefer to get off and go use the airport bathroom. But yesterday was just one of those days where that was not happening, so I was just utilizing my resources and using the bathroom that was on the plane with me. These little shooter things right here at the specific video part, these little shooter things are going to be the death of me because I don't understand why the hell I be struggling to open them. Sometimes, even when I use the fucking napkin, I cannot get them open. Sometimes I be having to take my shooters to the men in first class and be like, hey, can you open this for me? And I get so annoyed, and this is why I buy the big bottles of liquor when I'm at home, because the big bottles, you ain't going through all that. You get the shit right open. These shooters, I don't know if it's because I be sweating. I don't know if it's because I be sweating. I don't know if it because the lotion that I have on my hands, but I literally sometimes be struggling to get these shooters open, and I'm glad y'all was able to see it twice in this video. But yes, y'all, no complaints about yesterday. All of my flights were easy peasy. I think going from Chicago to Memphis was a little bit turbulence as we was getting out of Chicago. Now coming back from Memphis, it was a little bit of a lot of turbulence, but the turbulence was not too bad until we got closer to Chicago, which my captain kind of called back there and was like, hey, it's going to be like this the rest of the ride. The balls are in your court. If you want to continue your service, you can. If you want to pop a squat, you can. Was not a bad day. I have no complaints at all. Got home at about 8 p.m. My man's mom made some spaghetti. I took me a hot shower. I got into bed. I was rubbing my feet together. I only got 2 legs today. Flight started about 2 o'clock, so there's no complaints on my end. See y'all later, and safe travels. Bye.